I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You talk big, but your wallet's thin. Claim you're winning while I cash it in. Your schemes are weak, your pitch is lame. I'm stacking gold, you're playing games. I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Flashing your lies like neon glamours. But I see through your cheapo banners. You sell the moon, but can't pay rent. Your big ideas just came and went. I'm counting checks while you pretend. Your pyramids crumble in my climb will end. I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Flashing your lies like neon glamours. But I see through your cheapo banners. You hustle air, I breathe success. Your phony tricks are such a mess. I'll toast to wins, you fake distress. Your con's exposed, no second guess. Your empire's built on plastic pride, but truth's a wave you can't outride. I'm stacking real while you divide. The house of cards where you reside. You'll beg for mercy from coast to coast, saying where's that villain we hate the most. I'm masked up and on the attack. Verbal walk-bys filled with facts. Yeah, I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Maybe you intimidate your friends and kin, but when I play to win. And here we are, right at the end, with your game of cheap pretend. Nothing about your world is real. A plastic person that suits to feel.
It must be lonely to sit on a throne made of silence, built not with trust but with lawsuits and threats. Fall like nails to board, shut the mouths that know you best. How sad is it to turn your name into a weapon, to aim at your own kin, your own crew, your own clients, just to keep the truth from catching daylight? But see, truth don't bruise, it burns, and maybe that's why you run from it. Why you hide behind courts, behind contracts and clauses, as if a signature can undo a sin. Because truth is kryptonite, and you ain't made of much steel to begin with.
Yeah, I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Getting messed up for what I love the most. Wrecking lawyers on these streams
What's up, folks? Man, welcome to a Saturday edition of fun times. And I tell you, oh my God, there were some fun times. Did you realize, for example, that they were building a little, I'm going to call it a cult on the other side of this thing? That's right. I'm going to show you something tonight that is just going to knock your socks off. In fact, we are going to do our best to emulate it, to show you. Oh my God, tonight you're going to laugh a lot. It's going to be great. And it's all based on, let me show you something real fun. What's up, AKA? How you doing? Favorite song ever? I like that song too. I love it. Check this out though. Here, they had a mod stream where 2L was involved, and they were playing mod songs to Lisa, I guess for fealty or something. I'm not sure, but oh my God, they were playing one song called "Lisa Lee, Our Protector." It was like Lisa Lee, our protector, so strong and true. And what we're gonna do is we're going to do our own. We're going to see how much lyric we can get through without dying and laughing. And it's pretty funny. Now, some of the lyrics will look blurry when I put them on the screen. That's because I'm going to zoom in on the little part that's down here and let it play. And we'll just do a sing-along to such wonderful lyrics like Lisa Lee, our warrior, strong and true, queen of the land. Under her rule we grew. Oh my God, it's some culty stuff, man. It is some culty stuff. If you want to hear the original song, by the way, I did repost it on Facebook. It's under TAD, TAD, Guy, GUI. This is legit. They were playing their songs of freedom and fealty, but it's pretty awful to listen to. So I thought we would pull up the lyrics and we'd just sing along with it and see what we can. Would you all like to play along with this one? Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh my God. Now, I have not listened to the whole thing myself. I just clipped it out. I jumped through and I recorded the whole thing, but I was like, I am not listening to the whole song. So anybody who's already listened to the whole thing and they were like, oh my God, Tug, it's terrible. I wouldn't know. I didn't listen to the whole thing. But you know what I did? I clipped the lyrics. Now again, it's gonna be blurry here. Like I said, I apologize for that. But I thought we could do our own. Let's do our own read through. Okay, we can get to our own culty lyrics. It will not be them singing, or their AI singing. But let's bust it up. Let's have a little fun here. Let's see what it says. All right, let's try. Lisa Lee, our warrior, strong and true, queen of the land, under her rule we grew, protector of all, with a heart so vast, stand up for what's right. That's Lisa Lee's path. She fights for the truth, never swaying or swerving. These are the actual words, by the way. I'm not kidding you. With a strong heart, she brings love wherever she's serving, caring for every soul under her watchful eye. Lisa Lee, our protector in every way. I gotta stop for a minute. Sorry. How is this real? Oh my God. I can't stop laughing. Oh my God. They have 3 songs like this, dude. They have one. I thought my transcript had messed up when it was telling me the lyrics because I hadn't read it. It started talking about, I'm going to just spell a certain word because the YouTube will not like it. Okay. But it had a lyric that came up. They talked about unicorn. I'm just going to spell it. Well, let's just say, discharge, the male type, let's just say. I was like, what? What is that? Is that wrong? Nope, that was the lyric for one of their songs. Okay, are we ready? Let's keep going. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. Let's do it. Okay. In her arms, we find peace, safe and sound. Her compassion shines like a guiding light profound. Oh, Lord, they're going to kill me lethally. Our warrior, our queen, our proof. Stand up for truth wherever justice is sought. Heart so big, it's like fat jokes. So full of love, lethally our protector, forever above. Through storms and through rain, she stands tall and firm, a beacon of hope in the darkness of storm, guiding us through with her gentle might. Lisa Lee, our guardian, day and night. No, it's real. I gotta stop and get behind. I can't help it. Stop, damn it. Oh my God, how is this real? Oh, Lord. Oh. What's really funny, the best part about this is the first time they try to, they try to play it for twice plus another playthrough. Okay, so they go one whole time with like a different version, and the first time, and you might be asking, what would make this a funnier song? Well, you have 2L hacking the whole time. So you got Lisa Lee, our protector, so strong. And she keeps yelling at people over the thing. It is the most comical, weird crap. She's screaming about Megan and Georgie and myself and Mr. Coop and Veteran Nation. And they're trying to play her this anthem they've written about her. And she's just being so disrespectful. I'll show you the rant while it's going on. This was on the the Nat show the other night. Oh my God. Like I said, I would encourage you, if you want to see like how cringy and bad this whole thing is, if you want to hear the original version of it, because for real, this is their real song they play for her. This, oh Lord, like this is like a cult kind of thing. But if you want to hear it again, I posted it on Facebook. It's under ThATuMBRELLAgUY. Let's continue the lyrics. We'll get through this. We can make it. Okay. I'm going to make it. Here we go. She loves and she cares in every single breath for all who call this land their own. Their best, with a soft heart. So I'm falling behind. I can't help it. So I'm gonna pause for a second. So full of grace, Lisa Lee, our protector. It's more like this song too. Is like Lisa Lee, our protector in every place. In her arms, we find peace. I can't even sing it. I would die. Well, we find peace so safe and sound. Okay, we got it. Her compassion shines like a guiding light profound. Lisa Lee, our warrior, our queen, our proof, standing up for truth where justice is sought. Heart so huge, so full of love. Lisa Lee, our protector, forever above. Oh my God, how is this real? Lisa Lee, our warrior, our queen, our proof, standing up for truth wherever justice is sought. You know why the little by the way, if you notice on the screen there's a pointer and it keeps moving around. This is because I'm laughing while I'm reading. I was making sure the thing would come up, and I couldn't watch the lyrics after a minute because I was going to record me singing along with it, and I died part of the way through. I realized I couldn't make it. I was laughing so hard. I think I recorded that. I'll show it to you in a minute. Oh my God, it was so funny though. But let's finish this. It's almost done. Okay, here we go. I can't believe this is real. her heart's so huge and so full of love. Lisa Lee, our protector, forever above. Oh my Lord, that is the lyrics, actual lyrics to her song they wrote about her. Like, no joke. They made a cult song. Between that one and the other one, you have to admit that is pretty awful stuff. Oh my God, how is that real? Let me see something real fast. Here it is. I think this is it. Give me 1 second. I can't believe that she had her little culty members make her a love song. I mean, they had to show their fealty to her. Isn't that weird? Could you imagine, like, Jeremy? Could you imagine if people were singing a Jeremy song? She's gonna copyright claim you. She can't. She can copyright claim me reading lyrics. She's gonna say, "Man, that's so awesome, Lisa Lee, our protector. I'm so strong and true." Oh my God. Oh, it's hurt me. Oh my God. You know, being real for a minute, you know, she's struck. Give me a second. Okay, I can do this. Oh, I can do it. Okay, here we go. Let me try it again. She struck D spills the tea for real. Now, D, I don't know if you're listening. The reason that she was able to hit you, by the way, was not the material that you put up there, but you had an address that was not redacted into something. And I know because I saw the video, and that's how she managed to hit you. She wasn't able to hit you because of material. She was able to hit you because in your expose, which was 100%, by the way, she managed to flag an address there. So she did, though. She admitted last night that she did strike D spills the tea, the channel. 100% she did that. So, I mean, there is no question about it. D spills the tea, by the way. You do have here's something I was wondering as well. You are a monetized channel, correct? I'm like, what's wild is, you know, they're making guesses over. First of all, they claim to have been struck. If they were struck, I don't know if that's legit or true, but they definitely admitted to striking you. And if they did that, and again, you're just going over actual documentation, court documentation, and they were not happy about it. They don't live at any of these places, so you definitely have something. That, I mean, you make a case for something, you know, for them interfering for business. That's actually what tortious interference is this. Tortious interference is when somebody, say, you know, someone like, I don't know, let me just throw a name out there, like Lisa decides that they're going to contact let's say a YouTube. That's a good example. You know, they're going to contact that and interfere with your business or mine or Megan's or whomever's, Georgie and Coops. They're deciding that there's an A-B relation. You know, that would be whomever with their channel and YouTube, the platform. So there's an A-B connection, and they see their fat ass right into the middle of it. That is the way that happens. Just Jay, yeah, he said, I wrote a song about Doug. We could sing it together. Does it go, Tug, our protector is so strong and true. He's got a giant heart. He's so full of love. Oh, Lisa Lee, standing above. Oh, my God. Let me pull up a few things from yesterday that I want to go. And then we'll go over those police calls, man. Woof, man. So She was talking about how she's going to sue everybody. This is her rant over while they're playing. So while they're playing, they're trying to play music for her to tell her about how great and wonderful she is. She's screaming over the top of them, coughing over it. Oh, it's so good. Talking about, I'm going to sue everybody. Gotta hope this song makes it into at least the update. Oh my God. Yeah, for real. William said, for once Bruce was right, we're laughing at him. That's right, we are laughing at them. They're a bunch of morons. This is what the ranting last night was. It was, I got folders with all their recordings now. You can see names in here. D spills the tea, making it in. You know, here's the thing too, and I don't mean this as insulting to anyone when I say it this way. You can tell these people, they become tangled up in minutia with smaller channels, with people posting on Facebook. I mean, like me. Okay. You know, when I get tangled up on something, when I'm making fun of it, that's what happens. Like I typically, the mod people by themselves, no, no, they can keep their channel. They can talk about, like, you know, showing off rocks for 4 hours and, you know, marketing, whatever. I don't care. But when they get the PR team that turned on Michelle Preston on there, that's a little bit different. That's when it's funny. But them, they become tangled in the minutia of anyone. Now, D spills the tea. The reason they went after that is because it was yet more exposure of the nasty, malicious bullshit that this person has been up to forever. So, but they were like, I got folders with all their recordings now. It's like so much freaking evidence, because there will be like 2-minute segment in one 3-hour freaking video that does them in. So right here's an admission that every night they listen to every one of our programs. Every single night. I hope you caught the part where Michelle Preston says that you stole her fucking money. I hope you got that part in there. I hope you got the part in there where the biggest donor that gave money says you stole the money there too, that he had it and you knew damn well what it was intended for, and that you are callously and maliciously misusing his money. I hope you caught that. He said it himself. Guess who he said it? He didn't just say it in a chat either. You know who he said it to? He said it to me. That's right, sucker. Because when you were blocking him out and talking all your shit, he, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say the guy probably doesn't like me very much either. You know, I've gotten that feeling. But you know what? You guys mistreated him so much over there in the ecosystem that he told me quite a bit. So fun times there. That'll be a fun lawsuit, won't it? These people talk a lot of shit. We gotta sue everybody. Oh yeah, I'm sure you won't. I'm sure that it'll be a fun discussion about money. I got all the receipts. Yeah, you keep telling these idiots that. You keep telling them that. But look, a 3-hour video, and they have to listen. Every freaking one of them. It's a lot of work. We have to. It's time consuming. I don't have time, that kind of time. So look, I don't have that kind of time, but I listen to every 3-hour video every night. These people, by the way, you think about that. So they go on a mod stream and hang out for hours. They have their own stuff some days. Plus, that's all they do, man. And if it really gets rough over there, they get the hubby to eat gross things and get sick on stream. You know, it's like $5 and I'll eat something disgusting. Want me to chew on a skunk's leg? $5. What in the world? Oh God. So yeah, exactly. It takes up a lot. He really does. But the way I see it, there's no way Jeremy wins his court cases. Well, first of all, Jeremy's already set with, oh my God, with the thumbnail case. The thumbnail case, yeah, he's good to go there. I mean, you'd have to be blind to look at where that's going and to say that's not a winner. The same thing with the same thing again. It's not necessarily him, but Trespass 5. You can see where that's going right now. Leslie. Oh, by the way, so this has finally been discussed. Now, I'm going to note this came up over a week ago originally. Somebody spotted it. And listen to everything I'm saying on this. So, did you all know that there were what looked like fake obituaries for Leslie Federicos? They started spawning in Google, and as they got talked about and noted today, because people finally started really noticing them, that they started getting taken down. In fact, you will still find them if you do a search. Let me do a search. Let me show you. Some of them were taken down, but I'm humming that song. Leslie, our protector. I was humming it. I caught myself. I was like, wait a minute. So check this out. Well, I'm thinking about it. This is crazy, man. If you do a search, check this out. Check what you hit here. So this is weird. Now, listen to everything I'm saying about it before you decide. Look, you see them? Federico's obit. Federico's obit. Federico's obit. Now, when you look at them, none of them have pictures or anything. In fact, these are not legit places where you would have listings like that. They're not funeral homes or anything like that. These are just sites, and they have all the earmarks of a certain someone looking like they're creating them. Now, like I said, they've been noted. They've been going around everywhere. I wasn't going to mention them at all. I figured sooner or later somebody would notice everything there. Now, the weird thing is the date, the birthday, it changes with each one of them. Okay. And every one, but the area is right. And if you go over to images, give me a second. If you go over to the images tab, you'll find that, actually, I don't want to pull that up there because it's got kids on it. It is her though. If you yourself want to search it just to see, if you search that in obit, you'll find, if you flip over to the image tab, it's definitely her picture attached to it. But again, it's not a legitimate site. It's not a funeral home or anything where you would find something like that. These are just some weird little sites. So it looks like these things were put up intentionally. Now, when people started talking about them, some of them went down. Why? I don't know. But you draw your own conclusion. But people have been talking about them, being like, oh my God, is she? Yeah. Until you see something like that in a real one, I would say no. I would say that looks more like someone trying to convince you that happened rather than that actually happening. So people have been bringing that up, though. Yeah, astroturfing your own death. Exactly, Rogue Mom. It's very strange, isn't it? It's very strange indeed. What's really even weirder about it is one of these had started, there was work on it 7 days before the listing of the day that it supposedly happened. So that looks really strange too. It looks like somebody, talking about it 7 days before it actually transpired. But again, what do I know, right? We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But it looks very hinky, let's say. Very, very hinky. So I thought that was worth noting, though. Because again, people have been passing that around. Look, you always look at the type of site that something pops up on. You have to remember, some of these people will list stuff on site. Again, you can put things up on any site out there. That doesn't make it true. 1 second, I got Rita here. What's up, kiddo? What's up? What you got?
The Kinder eggs.
Oh, you got some. Yeah, you got those Kinder eggs. Did you get them open?
I got them open, but I can see how strong I am to get them apart. I will see how strong I can
Like
get
that?
each one to
Yeah.
get them apart. No, the toys.
Oh yeah.
Besides, look, I couldn't get this one apart.
Oh my goodness. Are you pulling them apart?
I pulled them apart for daytime because if I do them at daytime, it will be much more fun. And the
Okay.
summer wise, and
Okay. Well, you can.
and look which one I got on this one.
No, what is it? What is it? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Man, that's cool.
Sleepy?
Yeah, that's really cool though. Look at that. It's a crocodile, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she got a couple of Kinder eggs here. And they look at that. That's really cool.
I
Check
like
that out. Look, there it is together. You like that?
You want to see the rest together?
Why don't you go put them together? Here.
Let me show you what they
Where?
look together.
Here. Well, why don't you go take them and put them together? Yeah, here, take this one though. Here, take
Have
that
a
one.
Coca-Cola.
No,
I've been sleeping
no.
all day.
No, you can't have one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go upstairs. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you too. You're feeling better though, right? I know you've been resting like throughout part of the day.
I've been sleeping all day.
I know it's because you weren't feeling good. I don't think anybody's feeling good these days. You know, with this weather. It's where the weather's changing.
I can't wait for summer though. For the water balloon.
Yeah, it's not summer. It's got to be winter, not summer. But it will be Halloween in a little bit. All right, love you. Close the door. She's like, I slept all day. Yeah, just sneezing and stuff. I was like, oh man, it's the weather change here, man. When you live around a place with lots of trees, you pay for it. All right, so back to this. After noting that, and so like I said, they're talking about his cases. Okay, you've got that. You've got the Federico's case. Fed 1, it looks like it's sizing them, and Fed 2 hasn't gone anywhere yet. I consider bankruptcy potentially something you can win too. So, you know, the only thing that I would consider undecided, uncontested right now, really, is Fed 2 that he's involved in. You know, Fed 2, don't know where it'll go. You never know with stuff like that. But the other stuff has moved along so much. I would be really shocked if any of those others actually changed in any way. But, and then what's going to happen is, I'll tell you, there's 4 other people that are going to get sued directly by me directly. And I'm not even trying to play like this whole Jeremy thing. Look, remember they're like, he's so litigious. He's such a monster, but I'm going to sue 4 people myself. What a crackhead, man. I swear. This is the dumbest crackheaded stuff I've ever heard. I swear, man. These people say the dumbest thing. They're going to sue. You realize how much money they may think that they're going to pump out free lawyer, you know, with some of these people, you know, some of those lawyers, those shady mofos that they have around. Okay. If they want to throw their legal quote unquote advice, one of them gets caught, especially certain ones. Okay. We'll see. But the cost, they think that they want to play a big game. You know, 4 people. I saw Vic Mignogna. He tried to sue. One of them was a company, but still, he tried to sue 4 different entities, and these 4 entities, just getting past the anti-slap portion of a lawsuit, cost $250,000. That's where they stopped, at the anti-slap portion. So that costs $250,000. Actually, it costs a little bit more than that. But yeah. So you ain't talking about you want to go after multiple people. You see the amount of money Hales has put into cases. That's where that's at. You end up losing. Oh, see, these people talk a big game about lawsuits and more. When they lose, they better be willing to flee the country. That's pretty much your, or pay forever. Because again, the stuff they've done very much marks them as malicious litigants. Oh my God, for sure. So I'm not playing any more games. Listen, they think they can get. I'm not reading like that anymore. Get away with what they're doing because he's getting away with it. That's not right. They all need to be. They all need to realize you can't use your channels for what you're doing. Says the person sitting over here threatening, and they threaten YouTube too, which is very okay. That's a stylistic choice there. But the person setting out a suspension, according to them currently, is going to threaten other people about what channels are used for. Fascinating. And they think there's a free speech this, free speech that, but freedom, it doesn't work that way. There's a difference between free speech and turning it into harassment. And this is all harassment. Huh. It sounds like self-description, doesn't it? It's malicious, premeditated, calculated, totally strategic. And we can prove it all for each and every one of them. And so it's going to, and you notice, here's the thing they said before too. Remember, they said that we means collusion. Oh, wow. I like the we there. We, huh? So there's no conspiracy, but we indeed. Okay, that's interesting. It's going to end up in lawsuits because that's the only way to stop them. Although I can say there's a chance they get out of it because YouTube takes care of it. And if YouTube doesn't, they're getting sued. Aloha, YouTube. Oh my God. What idiots. They should ask, they actually have a lawyer attached to them right now that has sued one of the big name companies, one of the big name social media. They should ask how that turned out. Because they tried that. And here's a hint. That didn't work out very well at all. But if YouTube takes care of it, it'll get them out of their little game. So they better pray YouTube handles theirs. Otherwise, they're going to end up in a heap of... And if they can afford it, hey, keep going. Keep going. But, and you notice, again, they keep bringing up D spills the tea. D spills the tea. I like how too. Germ comes up as German. What they kept saying, though, and I thought this was really interesting in their commentary. Essentially, it is they can comment about other people. They can talk about Jeremy all the time because they're doing quote unquote commentary, but no one can talk about them or their past or their action or the shady bullshit that they get involved in. And that's not true. That's not true at all. So either it is freedom of speech or it isn't. And it's funny because they say that it is. See, this is the catch-22 that they involve themselves in. Their defense for everything they do is freedom of speech. And they do, again, like for myself, I don't cross over and I don't contact YouTube. Maybe I should for some of their stuff, but I haven't. I also, I've never contacted, they don't have sponsors to take away, so I haven't contacted them, but I don't contact places they live or do anything crazy like that. But many of them do things like that to other people. And that's what ended up getting them sued by Hale. It wasn't commentary. It was, as a lawsuit, as it describes, it says they created businesses that were meant to destroy his. Mine, like I said, I don't ever want them going offline because right now, there you go. I mean, where am I going to get songs like Lisa Lee, I'll protect her? Who's going to make my cult songs? Oh, my Lord. Let's listen to some police calls. Oh, my Lord. That song, I mean, it is the funniest crap. I could not believe those were real. It's funny, too. They all talk about how they come up with their own thing. Like I said, we started doing We see everything we do, they emulate. You know, they even start their show late like we do. Did you know that? They emulate the amount of time that their show runs. I bet I could start telling them that a show should run 8.5 minutes low, and they'd start doing that. They started doing AI music intros, AI music videos. I'm telling everything. Every single thing they try to emulate, and it's hilarious because if they didn't have Jeremy's audience watching and laughing at their stupid, they would be screwed. They would when they go away. So rather entertaining, it's okay. And again, I don't blame people when they watch. I like the clippers that watch. I wouldn't have found out. God, what's the name of? Give me 1 second. I want to shout somebody out, by the way, because they're the reason I found out about Lisa Lee, our protector. Give me 1 minute, I'll tell you. Miss Grudge on Facebook. They had posted a couple of pretty good videos over in one of the groups over there, and Miss Grudge had said something about that, and it was pretty funny. I was like, man, I've got to go back in and see it. It was so funny. I tell you, on the weekends, typically, I don't bother making it on the weekend. You know, she just stay with her family. You know, on the weeks, we go through it's like a regular job, you know. We stream together, we laugh at all this stupid. But that's a week thing, you know. On weekends, I might message and be like, you missed out on this one. But today, after I heard that, I was like, oh my God, you have to see this. they're making cult songs. Oh, it was so amazing. All right, let's listen to. So the other day, there are two at the beginning. We may listen to the two again. I'm not sure, but I jumped over them for right this moment to go through the ones that we have not heard to see what's here. But there are two at the beginning, like I said, that were pretty interesting, and I may add them on here depending on time constraints, how everything rolls. Let's roll with this though. Let's check these up, okay?
Record line. This is Odessa. How can I help you?
Hi, it's Lynette Preston again. We just want to see if maybe is
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So all these calls, by the way, these are happening over a 6-month span, I believe. I believe that's what was stated. So there's like a 6-month span. Now this just includes. I heard something the other day where there's a couple of other people that honestly calls need to be checked on that they're making as well, because I don't think every name that is written in has actually checked over things. So I think there's more of these that are sitting out there, which are crazy. I mean, when you think about this, you have multiple calls in this video, which again, you have admission to more of them in the Freedom of Information Act requests. You actually had Lisa admit in one of her live streams that yes, oh yeah, they have been calling. They have been doing everything in their power to target Jeremy Hales. Everything. And they had talked to a specific police, specific prosecutor's office. Oh, they admitted quite a bit. And once we brought up the FOIA requests, oh, they admitted a lot more. You know, we had them with so much, but they were like, oh, there's a lot more. We just, way we made contact, there's no record of it. So that might be something to find out about too. You know, you can find out with like a prosecutor's office and more. You can find out about contacts through them. You can actually hit them up about that stuff and find out about the contacts that have come in. So, you know, you had Lynette Preston say a little bit more too. You know, according to 2L, they were talking about meetings that took place. So I think it's more than phone calls. I think there were meetings as well. By the way, there are over 2,000 of you again today. Appreciate that. You know, the weekends are always crazy. So getting 2K plus is awesome. I appreciate that. If you tell people we're live today, that would be much appreciated. If you'd hit that like button, that is also appreciated. And if you'd like to go further, if you'd like to help the channel out, oh my God. If you would like to help us make a cult song, I think I'm going to go over and I'm going to make me a cult song. That umbrella guy, our protector. You know what's sad? It sounds like in the song that they stole Dolly Parton's voice when it's singing the song too. So they not only did a cult song, but they had Dolly Parton sing it. Poor Dolly. Oh, man. All right. But anyway, let's start this up again. You want to help the channel out? Love to you. Appreciate you.
McIntyre in, or is he at the funeral?
He works tonight. He's not on yet.
Tonight? Right. I don't know what to do. Hales has been going back and forth in front of our property, filming several times a day, and he's trying to get us penned up and hemmed up in Ohio, which he just did again.
So here, now, the translation here, he's driving back and forth on a main road in front of his property several times a day. When he drives by, he films, which again is his right. It is his. He could drive by 1,000 times a day. It's his freaking property with an access road. But he's trying to get us hemmed up in Ohio, and he did. Translation, we violated our Ohio protective order. We violated it, and we're still calling the police, trying to cause him a problem for reporting our actions. Remember what they got violated for? They got violated for the video on the road. And when they love to bring up 10 feet, 10 feet. They also had problems with post office. They had problems with, yeah, you saw the videos. We don't even have to go through all those. You know those. you know how they're violations. It's because ultimately their actions, though, are blamed on Hales. And now they're calling the police about it because he's driving on the road that connects to his property. Could you imagine if he would have been like, Lynette Preston's not allowed to use her own property, her own road. She needs to find another way out. Which way? I don't give a damn. Which way? They would have flipped out. But apparently Jeremy Hales is supposed to find other access. Again, the guy with the protective order is crazy.
Guys investigated, found us innocent, but the judge up there found us guilty.
So look, they're right there too. That's a fun statement because that's an admission that looks really bad for people like Dan Owens. The judge in Ohio found that there is violation. Again, protective order is a distance thing. It goes with an intent thing. When they find out that somebody's there and they don't try, number one, to leave, and number two, they try communication, that equals violation. That's how it works. For the new song. Are we sponsoring a new song there? Maybe we should do a love song for Lisa Lee. Maybe we should do one. We should be like, Lisa Lee, our protector, making videos today. I say you win a case, but you're going the wrong way. Oh my God. Okay. I can't get sidetracked that bad. I'll get all up in there. I will never stop. Okay, let's do it. Hey, happy birthday, Dawn, by the way. I see people wishing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Ooh, happy birthday. May a million dreams come true. Ooh. All right, let's continue.
Oh, because they're friends. I guess. I don't.
They're friends, I guess. So the judge in Ohio is friends. I never got that feeling. I got the feeling that Lynette Preston went in and could not control herself in a courtroom. You know, if you're going to be pro se, you need to control yourself. And Sean, see, I always hated this for Sean. You know, Sean, I feel like Sean got suckered into to covering something. You know, I think he was sold a bill of goods, which again, I can't speak to his mentality. I've never talked to him about this. Nor I don't think on his side he would speak about it. But I've never asked him about that. I do know Sean. He goes on some shows that I do. I've never had a problem with him, to be honest. You know, we've always gotten along. But he goes on Flashcast sometimes. But I think he was sold a bill of goods, and he was sold an unwinnable case because these people are such bad clients. I think they can blame that on the Ohio judge because it's just like everyone else. They blame Hales. They blame people like myself. What's funny is they don't blame themselves for not being able to get that money back, though, do they either? I swear, man. You know, they've been, you know, by the way, that John Cook has been trying to haunt any place where David the Donor pops up. They've been trying to get to him. They want to get to David the Donor because they think he'll give them more money, you know, because he doesn't like Lisa Lee, but that assumes that he does like John Cook. And I didn't get that feeling either. You know, John Cook insulted him too. Yeah, he actually talked about him like he was a dog. So I don't get the feeling that he likes him either. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue.
No, but we don't know what to do. We're afraid to go out and weed whack. John's afraid that if he goes outside the gate, Hales will drive up and John will have nowhere to go because we have a privacy fence. He can't jump it.
Could you imagine John trying to jump that privacy fence? Maybe he could fit through one of the gaps in it. I mean, my God, we were watching that video the other day, and you could see through that sucker, you know. So maybe he could wedge himself in between one of those gaps. I swear to God, the gaps in that thing are. Look at this. I mean, for real. Like I looked at this the other night after our stream. Just look at this. No joke about it. First, imagine John jumping this fence too. But look at this fence. All right. Right here. Now, when you look at it at first, again, you know, the first thing I noticed about the fence when I looked at it was I was like, maybe it's the length of it, but it looks like it's wobbling, you know? Like it's moving back and forth. No, that's actually how it is. And then when you start looking at the gaps, you can't tell as much. You don't have a lot of things in the background that you can focus on. But in certain parts you can. Like, for example, when you look at the window, you notice you can see the window through the fence. You notice that, right? Look at it. I was pointing this out the other night. Look, you can see it very well. And the amount that you can see tells you just how far off these panels are. Again, if they would have hired a contractor to do this stuff instead of getting idiots who say, you know, those idiots that say they know how to do stuff. It reminds me, I had to have some trees cut back last year. And I had to have some trees cut back the year before too. But when I had trees cut back, there was a company that it offered way cheaper than anyone else. It offered rates. Now, the reason they did that was because it was two, I'm going to call them rednecks. And they are the epitome of rednecks. There were two rednecks with chainsaws that would cut down trees. And one of them, somebody I knew had given them business. One of them almost dropped a tree on someone's house, and they almost lopped off their own leg. So even they were cutthroat contractors. You can imagine if that's a contractor, you can imagine what idiots on their own end up doing. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need to bring in professionals. Otherwise, you end up with garbage like this, you know, and that doesn't even count the gaps under the fence. Under the fence. Under the fence. Hey, girl, what's up?
What's up?
I heard you coming. Give me 5. All right. Give me a
Take down from K-pop Diva Hunters. Do you know what takedown is?
No,
From K-pop Diva Hunters.
I have no idea.
Take down. DB stuff to something.
Oh, there's a song in there? Here, give me this. You can go upstairs, though. I got to listen to some stuff.
Is it on the
Hey, you can watch that on the bigger TV. Hey, you can watch that on bigger TV for tonight. If you want to.
Take down. DB stuff to something.
Yeah, that song on that show. All right, close the door for me. Love you. I've been watching cartoons either. They've been watching anime together. Sissy's been showing her show. It's like, well, it doesn't have anything inappropriate as long as it's good like that. Her says it's so bizarre. Like when I was a kid, let me just note this real quick. When I was a kid, you know, we only had 2, 4, 5, and Fox. 17 is, I think it was, and I think there were. Well, I mean, you had PBS and whatever 30 was. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was anymore. But that's all you had. You didn't have like some of these crazy shows. And even when you put parental controls on some of this stuff, the things that come through sometimes, oh man, I was I put parental controls on one of these. I'm gonna just say one of these sites, and the stuff that still made it through. Whew, man. But anyway, let's continue there.
I don't know if we need a deputy here while we weed whack or what.
We can't do that without a court order.
You like that?
We can't.
Okay.
I don't know if we need a deputy here while we weed whack or what. And they're like, yeah, we don't do that. Why would you think that you would get law enforcement to hang out while you weed whack? Could you imagine the court order that would go with that, by the way? That's hilarious. Wendy, I love that super chat. Imagine this, by the way. Wendy said that John needs to install a Hell's Hatch. It's like an emergency gate for when he drives by. It's like, yeah, like a little bomb shelter. He crawls in it like a little lawn gnome. He digs down in it like a little mole. Oh! The way that, you know, it's wild. The way they describe this stuff, again, they take away everything they have done. And that it boggles my mind because they take no ownership or responsibility of any action they have ever done. It is an all or nothing, and all of it has to fall on another person. It's with any of them too. And you know, I know the ecosystem loves to pick on that and say, "Oh, Jeremy." Well, she talked about them too. You know, so if Michelle Preston is right, and she's not a liar or any of these things, then that means she's telling the truth about 2L. And 2L, of course, some of it's true, for real. Some of it absolutely is true. But some of it, I believe, is, they're doing exactly what she wanted them to do, you know. If they talk about being abused or mistreated or anything else, well, didn't you brought them on, didn't you? Didn't you? Huh. She liked them for a long time while they were targeting Jeremy. Oh, it's funny. It's a catch-22. If 2L is saying, remember everything that Lynette Preston used to say, it was all good to go. Well, if all that stuff's true about Jeremy, I guess it's all true about them. And some of it is, like I said, you know, some of it definitely is about them. But it's really funny. Oh God, I wonder what they have on you, Lynette. I wonder, because Lynette, you notice how she'll get mad and bring that stuff up, but she doesn't get mad enough. If somebody took $100,000 from me, I would be so pissed. I'd set the world on fire, wouldn't you? Well, I mean, wouldn't you? So the way she's acting, she knows she lost money, but there's something else. She is not rightfully angry. Lynette is way too calm to have lost that kind of money. She's way too calm. And she's probably not calm behind the scenes, but she's way too calm when she's begging for loans and for $5,000. She's way too calm in that for sure. Man, I tell you. Anyway, let's continue here. Hey, let me see. I'm looking for your update. I see you, Travis, there. You know, you found out. Let me see. So, update. Found out the bone assurance if it breaks, paralyzed from the neck down. So, you're going to watch online streams, relaxing. Well, you relax, sir, and you don't get into any more problems. That's what you need to do, my friend. That's the way it needs to go, Travis, man. Because you know what? We appreciate you, brother, and we do not want you. We do not want you harmed. You have had a very eventful life, and you don't need any more eventful moments in life like that. You need plenty of good eventful moments, but nothing like that. None of that chaos. Love to you, brother. You sit back and you relax, and you enjoy laughing at the stupid.
Okay.
Sit there and wait for y'all to weed whack, and when we have other calls.
So what do we do?
I can put in a call and have a deputy reach out to you, or a sergeant and reach out to you that's on duty, but that's all I can do. And I don't know how much they're going to be able to help you with that, because they can't sit there whenever there's active other, like, high priority calls going on.
I get it. We know that, but I think Beecham understands. I mean, most of your deputies understand what we're going through. This guy is relentless.
Well, I mean, I know the whole situation, Miss Lena. Like, I've been here for like, I know everything going on, but like, I can't. We can't just be.
We know. I'm sorry. We just have fear. We're terrified. A lot of people don't know what just happened. It just came out that it has been alleged that he is being investigated for sexually abusing children.
Look at that allegation. Look at that allegation.
He's out for blood right now. We'll just go do it.
Look at what she told. So she called in to the police and made that allegation. Like right there. That's the kind of shit right there that just, it blows my mind. Like, that's the kind of shit right there that you put someone under the freaking jail for the protective order. Because that, I mean, what she has done is she alleged yet again that he is some type of PDF file, you know? So she says, by the way, Bruce, you piece of garbage, you keep saying that this woman doesn't say anything like that. Right there. See, Bruce plays this game and he's like, well, she didn't use the exact word. Look what she just said. That is saying that a person is a PDF file. He is being investigated for blah, blah, blah. That is stating that as a fact. There is no investigation like that going on. These people know better than that. But they pretend that that's never happened. Again, they know what's really messed up is, I'm sure that when they're sitting around talking about their calls and this and that, they made very sure that they all know. How often do you communicate, by the way, with BBB, Michelle? Weekly? Bi-weekly? Daily? Multiple times a day? How often? Because I'm sure that when this stuff goes on, I'm sure that you all communicate about calls and about statements. And the reason I say that is, they pretend that they don't know that these kind of allegations have gone on. Again, that was just flat out. They told the police that. And you know, these are the kind of things that get people hurt. I watched this video the other day. There was you know those police auditor channels? There's a police auditor that he ended up getting put in jail because police decided that they would accuse him of something heinous. They didn't like him in a town, and they would get together with someone. They would have him accused of something terrible, let's say, just like what you heard there, and they would bury certain evidence. And this guy, he stayed in jail for the majority of, what was it, a year and a half, I think. Now, when he finally got to trial, it took a jury about 8 minutes, I think it was, to find him not guilty because of the evidence that was buried. Well, in this town, these police, they still were causing this guy problems. Still, they would go out, they would report to businesses that he was this certain type of horrible monster. Some of them, they were, I'm sure, some of the ones were in on it. Some of them, who knows? Like newer ones, they just hear word of mouth. Who knows exactly how that spreads? But it's like a disease. It's like a social cancer, that certain label. It doesn't go away. And these people, they put it on him everywhere they can. Like that right there is one hell of a violation of a protective order. Because that is not only targeting a person, but they're calling law enforcement. They're making up lies. And again, with that label, the reason, by the way, that label is considered so heinous that a judge will tell you that you don't even have to have proof of damages, because that we all know that labeling somebody that's damaging to the point that if you're in prison, you get targeted by monsters because you are the worst type of monster. So they know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing with that. And I cannot believe when I heard that with this, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Yet again. I mean, this comes out. See, Lynette, this kind of thing comes up in discovery. These are the types of statements that there have been, 5, I think now. 5 of them where you've made statements that go to that degree, talking about girl. I'm not counting the ones with Cook. Cook has his own statements, but you've made enough of them that you wanted to minimize the signs and say you weren't responsible for the signs. But the problem is that you're responsible for other allegations. So even if you try to minimize the signs and say we've never said anything, well, there it is. You just told the police that that's true.
I have to.
Well, do you want me to have a deputy call you?
Sure.
Okay. What's
No,
your address?
I don't want to waste their time and have that said that I did that. So.
Wait, but you did waste their time. You absolutely did waste their time. Donna asked, by the way, do you think maybe they have proof or an admission of her being the ones that made the sign? Well, they did make a statement about the signs. You remember them? Her being responsible for like one sign or whatever. You remember there's a clip where 2L says that. We've listened to it before. We've listened to it in a Rumble. We still have that where she does state knowing about the sign. So I do wonder. I mean, here's the thing too. I imagine that anybody recording, anytime somebody, like if you were to call them, you would probably hear some pretty awful stuff, because we hear them fighting and more every time there's a recording nearby. Again, Thomas Collins, for example, he picked up a big brawl between them. We saw, we've seen arguments and more. So I wonder, I mean, if you had access to their security cameras, if also, I don't even think you'd have to have access to security cameras. If you were listening on the phone, you'd probably hear quite a bit. Let's continue.
I'll go film and he can weed whack, and he can't run, but he'll have to just turn his back and walk as fast as he can out to the property.
So in between properties, there's like a good foot to 3 foot that before the other person's property takes over. Like there's like a
No,
line.
he's way across the street. He's across. He owns Tube Town across the street, kind of catty corner where Shane Willis has Tube Town over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hale's driveway is way the hell down the road. Way the hell down the road. But he's got cameras watching us. So the minute John walks out of our property and starts weed whacking, he's going to...
Now the conspiracy is that Jeremy Hills has cameras, and that the minute they walk outside, that he times his travel. How would that work? If he's driving back, I mean, you think about how insane this is. You know, the people are telling them, you know, hey, there's space between, because they don't understand that the way this stuff is transpiring. You know, again, you have to imagine a person that has pulled a pew on people going by. Again, the allegations with Patty alone, ooh, man, like that stuff, anybody else, like it blows my mind. Levy County is such a garbage place. I hate that for the residents of Otter Creek, man. Because like I said, I know some of you folks are good, nice people. And you end up with this color in you. You know, you end up with the way law enforcement they act. And nobody wants to bail your community out. It's like you all had a golden ticket. You know, Willy Wonka was going to build the freaking the factory there. And instead of that, somebody decided to salt the earth, you know, and cause problems. It's so bizarre. Let's continue.
leave his property down at the end of the road on the other side of Haley's house, and he's going to drive up here and he's going to film John, and then he's going to turn it into Ohio and say we violated the order, and we'll get found guilty because we can't jump a fence and we can't move fast enough.
So what is the fence like in front of your house, like by your mailbox that you're trying to weed eat?
Our fence,
Levy County even entertaining these kind of calls is insane. Being like, wait, what? Because again, what you're hearing here is that a person has a protective order. There have been violations. You know, they've already been found guilty of violations a couple of times, and you have these people calling in, they're calling in, making allegations about the person with the protective order, that they're being investigated for horrible stuff, and that person with the protective order is doing X, Y, and Z to them as well. Now, again, I think this shows you more about Levy County and Levy County, the allegations against Levy County. I think it shows you more about their mindset because they entertain this. And I get the feeling that law enforcement has told them that they entertain some of their allegations too. And just by the way
the YouTubers bought fencing. The whole entire front of my property is fenced. And John needs to weed whack the whole entire front of the property before the weeds grow up.
But it is your property, correct? Like you're not going onto his property is what I'm trying to say to do that.
No, but we have to be 10 foot away from him on our own property. So if John is on the outside of the fence and Hale comes up the road, we're in violation.
You have to show that you are walking away and not engaging, you know, just go the fuck away. It's so simple. They get in trouble. It wasn't the action of just being in a certain area that causes violation. What it is, again, he could go in a store and you'd be there. It's the fact that when you're there, you're trying to not be within that distance. You also don't acknowledge the person. When you tell the person to S my D, then, you know, that's a problem because you're engaging them, you're insulting. You acknowledge that they're there by giving up that space, but you don't acknowledge that they're there by communicating with them. And if that sounds unreasonable and unfair, well, how did we get here? That's the major question. How exactly did we get to that point? You know, and they did try. Remember, she tried very publicly to get a protective order and did all kinds of crazy with it too. She even had a pet judge, a judge that was willing to bend over backwards to help out, and got his own ass in trouble. And still, they ended up having to drop that. How's that work out?
So we're guilty.
Well, if it's like a restraining order thing, then that works both ways. Like he has to stay 10 foot away from you.
No. They domesticated it through the battered women's something or other, national battered women's thing, and the order is only one way. I know.
What an idiot, man. The Violence Against Women Act, Michelle. That's what you're trying to talk about. And the VWA or VAWA, depending on who's talking about it, that act there, that it just doesn't attach to women. These people don't understand. I mean, it has nothing to do with it. It's on the paper. It's the way that it comes up. But that's how so many other protective orders they read. That's how majority of them read. Because again, that act, if you read it, again, it talks about persons. It's non-gendered, even though the language that's why, again, I keep saying they need to change the verbiage to it. They need to change the wording to it, because they need to, that whole label, the whole descriptors there, it confuses morons. And the confusion that's caused for morons, some of them think they don't have to act on it because, well, like Jeremy Hales is not a woman. You heard that from Volpe. They think that's somehow fraud and somehow that's not legit because they're idiots. But with them, she doesn't understand a protective order at all. The protective order about spacing, if he is driving up and down the road, he doesn't have to go through the act of avoidance. That's not part of the act of avoidance. He is allowed to be on the road. He is not traveling to meet them or to greet them or to be around them. He's driving down the road. Driving down the road is not an act of trying to be within their proximity, no matter how they try to frame that. But if they see him coming there and there is so much space, again, they don't need to try to engage or anything else. It's a very simple thing. I mean, it's not complicated. Police humoring this just blows my mind now. I get that they don't want to argue with an idiot, but at the same time, man.
No longer have an order on him from Florida. Ohio order, it says that if we're in Walmart and he goes to Walmart, we have to grab our shit and leave. Okay. If I'm at a restaurant, my food is all on the table and he walks in, I have to get up and leave my food sit. That's how protective orders work. That doesn't matter if it's from Ohio. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you were fine with that if it would have impacted Jeremy Hales. You were fine with taking away his ability to protect himself. You were fine with trying to take away speech and more. You were good with protective order. You liked them when you thought you could get Judge DeThomas's to back your play. You thought you were good to go with that. You notice they mentioned the temporary, because it struck him while that was being heard. He was hit with a temporary restraining order. It had never actually been adjudicated. You just had the temporary attached, and they loved that. They loved that idea. But now that they've been hit with a protective order, they don't like that idea. Again, it's very simple, though. I mean, you give away your right to do whatever with that other person when you're found guilty there, when you violate. I mean, it's a simple thing, If he wanted, see, what kills me too is they act like he's doing all this travel and stuff intentionally. If he was trying to cause them problems intentionally, he'd be at the flea market. He knows where they go on weekends and stuff. You know what? I'm sure he doesn't go a lot of places that they go to because he doesn't want to deal with them. But they pretend, again, people
where you know where they're going to be, and they pretend that he is somehow causing them detriment. It blows my mind. Protective orders, though, it's cut and dry. And if you don't like the particulars of it, don't get found guilty with the protective order. I mean, it's pretty simple, man. I mean, these people, again, they have gone out of their way to cause somebody problems. And then when they have some ramification for it, they don't like it anymore. You realize that every day, people attached to this ecosystem, they spend all day, every day, some of them, going out and targeting businesses, going and targeting YouTube or whatnot, or other items connected to Hales. They're calling police. They're doing, I mean, this stuff, it's relentless every single day. And then they complain, because Hales brings them up on a show on Saturdays, or he brings up new items in his lawsuit. And even then, I'll tell you, you can tell sometimes when he's talking about stuff, he doesn't like covering this thing. He doesn't like talking about it. If he liked talking about it, he would talk about it every single day, But these people, they will make your life miserable. Oh, these people, man. They're the victims. They're the victims always.
He's kicked us out of many places. If I go in the post office and they come in, or I don't know they're there, and I know I walk in and I walk out, not even seeing them, I'm guilty. I did a town hall meeting. We called you guys 3 hours prior. We went to the meeting. There was nobody there, and they showed up after I was already in the building. Never seen her.
That's a lie and a half. It's a fucking lie. There's a video of it. There's a video of that incident. You 100% knew. You were outside. Y'all sat around. There's this weird thing called menacing. That's what it looked like. Like that video, it is 100% different from the way they described that. But it looks like menacing. Yeah, that's a blatant lie. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Lord. Frustrating.
Never saw her. And you guys investigated and found us innocent. The judge just found me guilty. And I'm not guilty. But
you are
guilty. So
well, you are guilty then, right? You are guilty if the judge found you guilty. You 100% are guilty. Again, it's a distance thing. You are not allowed to be, again, they don't like the idea that they aren't allowed to do something. I can get that. I understand that. I do get that. I get how you don't want to have a protective order against you. I mean, it would be inconveniencing. But, it's inconveniencing, too, to have somebody take aim at every business that you have, every relationship that you have. Try to target anything that you ever do. I mean, how often do you see Lynette Preston post something or talk about something that isn't somehow Hales related, or it isn't targeting another relative of hers or something crazy? How often, even like a religious post, they seem to pop up, when in some kind of, let's say, veiled message threats. There's many of those that have popped up with veiled, what read like threats. How many times do you see posts or notes that are not about them? Like, if you go through, it's not about something crazy, or it's not about trying to get money. And even in the money thing, it's always connected back to Hales. Like, it's just craziness, man.
We'll just have to go do it, and whatever happens, happens. John's afraid. He just doesn't want to. He's just afraid.
John's afraid, and yet John sits on social media every fucking night some days, and or some weeks, and engages in shit about Hales every freaking night some weeks. I've watched him in I mean, it's wild. Again, these people act like they just go out, they mind their own business. They've gotten third parties to harass the person that they're not supposed to be in contact with, which is mind-boggling. Anywhere else, this would be a real problem. But because you have a business online, because you're not liked in an area, because you point out their corruption, suddenly you can't get law enforcement.
Both afraid.
Okay. Are you sure
All
you don't
right.
want a deputy or somebody to talk to you about it?
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll just see what they say, but they're going to say the same thing you just did. And we get it. I understand that, and makes sense.
Then why are you
the
calling?
sheriff's office on a quarter line. This is Ayala. How can I help you?
Yes, I need to report online harassment and including minors.
Harassing minors as well, or the minors or the
as well. Yeah,
culprit?
it's my family and my children.
I'm thrilled by the fact that this person decided that they wanted to do this kind of thing too, because she has gone. I mean, she's called Levy County now. That like this is mind blowing when you get down to it. So she calls Levy for you know what's crazy is if something doesn't come up about her, even though we have a litigation against her, I forget she exists. I'll remember, oh yeah, we got the case there. But you know, with time and the way it moves on, do you ever like? There's certain ones there. Like if I don't mentally remind myself that Stupa exists, then I forget all about them. But then you find out these people, it's not the same thing. These people are always out here. Some of them are always doing something crazy. They're always making police calls. It boggles my mind. Like I forget they exist until something crazy comes up.
Okay, what's your address?
I'm not located in Levy County, but the person that perpetrated this is.
Okay, so you're receiving these threats online while you're at another county. Have you made contact with the county that you reside at?
Yeah, I did, and I have a call in to them. They're supposed to call me back. But I was also, well, somebody had advised me to also call Levy County because that's where he's located.
Levy County. What's the address?
Yeah, Levy County is a resident of Florida. So she's told us right here, by the way, that she's contacted multiple places trying to cause problems. So it wasn't just where Hales lives. It was also where she resides. She tried to target too. I mean, that's wild again. And there's yet another person trying to use minors in there. They try to use kids as a bludgeon. So she tried to throw her kids in there. Now, it doesn't matter. You notice they were all okay with targeting Hales with family. They're okay with that. They love doing that. But they allege, and again, who's talking about their kids? You know, who's bringing up their kids? They have minors involved, so nobody has been bringing up their kids at all. But she has. She's brought them up as a weapon plenty of times. She's made plenty of calls. She's the one bringing up her kids, which is just, again, it blows my mind to find out about that she contacted police multiple times like this.
Sorry. Yeah, hold on, it's somebody, he's a YouTuber named Jeremy Hales.
A YouTuber. Where's this YouTuber?
Hold on for a second, I apologize. I have to pull up.
I understand. While you get the address, what's your phone number?
It's
And your first name?
Leslie.
Last name?
Rodriguez, F as in Frank, E-R, D as in David.
I thought she said Puerto Rico. Leslie, Puerto Rico. That's kind of funny. Oh, Lord.
I-G-O-S.
I'm sorry. One more time, a little bit slower.
Yeah, F as in Frank, E-R, D as in David, E-R, I, G as in Grant, O-S.
Okay. And what is the address?
The address is
All right. And who's harassing you online?
there's two people that they're romantically involved, but apparently the posts are coming from Martha, George, Risk, R-I-Z-K.
The posts.
And it's being published on a man by the name of Jeremy Hale.
Now, what she's trying to report here, you remember she talked many times about her actions against her own husband, not just outsiders, but the allegations that she made against him. She said, in fact, that her divorce had been put in was just a property saving measure. It wasn't a real thing. That's what was told to the ecosystem. And yet, when readily available documents that were out there online, just sitting out there, when those were noted, you found a different story. You found her making pretty heinous allegations about him. And again, if not true, that's bad. If true, that's bad. Either way, it's a problem, right? I mean, if the allegations end up true, then, well, he's a monster. If they're not true, then she's a false accuser. So either way, bad. When that gets brought up, all the stuff in there, by the way, any information about any minor children would be redacted. Always. But she was okay bringing up his divorce records. She was good to go with all of that. She published that. She published all these supposed background checks, which were from sites that, again, I'm sure you've seen those sites online where you can just pull up allegations about, they basically they look up a name and they connect you with everybody and their mother in the state of whatever. Like, oh, they're so bad. Well, she ended up posting stuff like that about Hales. She posted like a 40 some odd, I think it was 47 to 50 page document, and it connected his name with some pretty heinous stuff. She's okay with doing that to people, but God forbid you pull up a readily available document, you redact anything, suddenly you're somehow talking about minor children and you need to be shut down. It's weird how that works.
ALEF, his YouTube channel called What the Hales.
Okay. And what kind of harassment are they doing?
They're taking private confidential records from an injunction involving my children in Cell. I'm not quite sure how they got a hold of these records. These were confidential records. And
I know exactly how they came up, because we actually went over them, and law enforcement, they said that we were going over publicly available documents, but the way that they were found was they were available online. So for them to say that they were not available online is an absolute lie. That's how we ended up finding them. We found them online, just like we find everything else. Some documents are easily found. Some documents take a little bit of search time, but that's what we did. We found them online. I know because we ended up covering them over with Megan's channel. I remember when they ended up getting found. I was like, holy man, when they ended up, when she ended up finding them the first time. I was like, oh my goodness. But it just takes time. Like, some of this stuff it's slow going when you look for it. But you can find almost anything. And they're okay, like I said, they're okay with spreading malicious lies, rumors. They pull up some crazy shit, or they just make up shit whole cloth. But God forbid you take their own allegations against someone and you talk about them. She wants to be able to make allegations about it. But again, either way you put it, either people are listening to a false accuser, or that person that they're cheerleading, they're like another, they're yet another monster that had been in there. One or the other.
Retaliating because my husband is an attorney who is suing him right now, and out of retaliation, they're posting private confidential records involving my children online for almost 1 million people to see.
Uh-huh.
All right. We'll have the unit make contact with you.
So you see how that's brought up.
If you're
So
not within Levy County, okay? It may come from a blocked or restricted number.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
This is Lynette Preston.
I love that. So Syndicate Chief was one Lee in a cult. Yeah, bring on the Lee Town. Like Jonestown. Oh my God. Could you imagine that? They could start up their own little place. I mean, the Jonestown type memes. It's funny. Lee Town. Don't you drink that Kool-Aid, sir.
I mean, I just had to call. I just heard 11 gunshots, and they were right behind my shed. They're not far behind. So whoever lives right here behind me, they're shooting in the dark. There's 11. They're not fireworks. It's a gunshot. I know.
Okay. Well, Miss Lynette, let me get your address.
And I'm sorry, but what's going on with us? I just
No. It's okay. I understand. And can you repeat that for verification?
My address?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. And your phone number, please, ma'am?
I don't want it to be public.
It's not going to be public, sweetheart.
Okay.
So we're all on the same page. Levy County did not redact anybody's phone number.
That's the amazing thing. They didn't redact anything out of any of it. You know, that amazes me, though. Levy County is the only place that does that. Like I said, I've had a protective order before, and the place where, you know, they're supposed to protect your addresses and your phone numbers, just in case, you know, if you went out, say you changed your phone number, you don't want somebody to have contact with you. Oh, good luck with that. Because you just leak it off. So they do that, though. They're supposed to redact information, and that is on them. Like, that's very sloppy to tell people. Again, I don't care if it's a Lynette. I don't care if it's a Lips or whomever. They should redact said information about callers
in any of these calls or any addresses. As a matter of fact, Lips gave my personal address as hers. Now, I didn't know any of this because this was all filmed and compiled days ago. And George is in auctioneer school right now, proof reading or proof viewing. And she contacted me. She said, oh my goodness, you got to redo everything. All the phone numbers, all the addresses are in there.
Oh, no.
Levy County Sheriff trying to set us up.
Yes.
Okay.
That's wild.
And
It was like back behind my shed. So whoever, I know the Hudsons, the two of the Hudson sisters live back there in the house back there to the right. There was somebody behind us. And there was 11 of them. Boom, 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 boom. There was 8. Then it stopped. Then there was 3 more. My granddaughter was on the phone. Even she heard them. They were that close.
Okay.
okay, hang on 1 second, okay?
It's strange. Like throwing other people into the bus, you know. I don't know where they came from, but it's probably these people. Remember, none of the other people around, they never call or have any problem with them, though. They just report people for pooping in post holes and firing Yale pew-pews. By the way, in areas like here, for example, we run incorporated. And here, as far as laws with this kind of stuff, I could step out on my back porch right now and just let it off if I really wanted to, you know. That's kind of the way I realize people that live in live other places, especially like if you live overseas, you may have never ever ran into that, but it is the culture in some of these places.
Okay, ma'am.
There we go. I was making sure you came back.
And I mean, I don't really need a deputy out or anything. I just Maybe they
Like-
just need to come patrol the area and see if
You don't need a deputy?
they hear anything, if it happens anymore.
So you called about people shooting, but you don't need anyone there. That's bizarre, right?
Okay.
That seems weird,
So
right?
let me get some questions or some answers.
Okay.
Ask some questions. So you said they're coming from behind your property?
Yep, behind on my shed. It seemed like it was catty corner from the way I was hearing it from my shed, which would be more towards where Miss Kim and them live, and the Hudson sisters live in their sister's house back here. That's where it came from. That area.
Maybe the Hudsons are rocking it out.
You said the Hudsons and the other name was?
I don't know. I know they're something Stevens. Kim and Mimi Osteen.
I'm sure they probably all appreciate you calling the popo in the middle
I know
of
it's
the night.
not them, but it's in
Where they
that
might get
area.
They could get a visit from these folks. I'm sure they would appreciate that, right?
I know that somebody's always back there working on cars and making a lot of noise at night, but I've never heard gunshots.
That would tick me off.
And my granddaughter heard them as well.
And so just 11 of them, and then that was
Yep.
it? You didn't
Yep.
see a gun?
Nope.
Okay.
Haven't heard anything else. Just the 11 shots.
Just the 11 shots?
Yep.
And your granddaughter was on the phone and heard them too?
Yes. And had it not be for what we're going through, I wouldn't have called. But they were close. It was so loud. It was close.
But everything else seems fine.
Everything else seems fine. Yes.
I appreciate people calling the police.
You
and
never
giving them-
know. People are out to get drunk and start shooting. They never know where them bullets are going to go. You know what I mean?
See that
Mhm.
allegation right there? You hear that? So it went from it went from people out here I don't really know to people are out here getting drunk and firing firearms. Like that's a major. And again, you never know. You got to think: is a call worth it to place with neighbors? Like for my neighbors, I would, unless I was sure there was a problem, I would never do that because you could get somebody hurt or worse. You never know. You see all the videos where things go terribly, terribly wrong. But you just notice how words just fall out of her mouth. She just made accusations about these folks. Craziness.
Ones that go up have to come down, and ones that go straight out, you can go through buildings.
Okay. So I have your address, and what
Good
is your date of birth?
8562. I got no warrant.
You got what?
Oh, well. I got no warrant.
8562.
That's a weird. Is that not a weird
Did you say
statement? Is that not a weird statement? I've got no warrant. Like when the police ask about who you are, they're not warrant searching you necessarily. They're trying to make sure they know exactly who called, though. Isn't that a weird reaction? I mean, when you talk to the police, are you typically reminding them that you don't have warrants? Like I've never had that reaction if I've had to call the popo. Yeah, by the way, I don't have a warrant. I've never told a police officer that.
8562.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They always run them to see if they got warrants. Too much YouTube. It's just that they were so close. If it hadn't been loud enough for my granddaughter to hear, and I felt like they were so close, I wouldn't have called. But they were right back out here.
Imagine throwing the neighbors under the bus like that, though.
Okay. Well, I have everything in the computer, and you said you do
Okay.
not want to be contacted. You just want them to patrol the area, correct?
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm too scared to walk out of my shed and go to the front gate. So I'd rather just stay inside.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, we'll
All
have
right.
somebody out there patrolling the area, and if you hear anything else or if anything changes, just give us a call back, please, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, I want to return to something real quick. So there were a couple in the beginning of this. They're not too much. Let's see how long we've been here, because I would like to hear them. These are ones we haven't listened to tonight, and I just want to make sure I'm remembering everything, because this stuff is crazy. I mean, you hear some of the allegations that she's made. See, we heard the allegation about him being investigated for what now, and then
Mr. Hales on his channel has been calling the last few days for, and Martha Riz said it on a video with her own voice. Everybody should be calling. You need to call CPS. Save the child. So we had our 31st visit from CPS yesterday.
Okay, so
So-
Stormy Hills is calling CPS on you?
Yeah, it's having his fans do it. Telling his fans to do it.
Okay.
So
What's
they
your
are.
address?
151 North Otter Creek Avenue. But that's not really the thing for the call right now. There's a guy that has a YouTube channel called Veterans Nation, and he just now on his live
so this shows you where
said
this
that
was from.
he is going to be calling you guys and having the sheriff come out to our house for a child protection thing, and that he doesn't understand why you didn't come out with CPS.
Okay,
Well,
well,
So in that, like, if they were going to call in and say that he was making malicious contact, that he was doing it. See, part of maliciously contacting is you need to prove that people are doing this without any legitimate concern. You know, that's a major part of it. And the way that she just framed that totally undermines her ability to make a complaint about Veteran Nation. He 100% can make a good faith complaint.
anybody can call us and request anything, but we're not DCF, so that's separate.
We know. I'm well aware. I've had them here 31 times. It's a fraudulent call, and oh my God, it's Michelle Preston. And now my number is going to be public. Jesus, I didn't even call on the right number.
Okay, what is your phone number?
Is there any way to keep it private?
Well, I need it for a deputy to contact you.
Well, I know, and they don't have it, but now they're gonna. It's all right. 352.
This is redacted, but you notice they didn't redact her number after everything in that. Like it's wild. I mean, when you get down to it, they did not redact them. But the crazy thing with this is that she just admitted to multiple phones. Like, you notice that she just admitted that, you know, they don't have this number. Not they don't have her number, but they don't have this number. So in her calls, here's yet another instance where she is absolutely admitting that she has multiple phone numbers, that she's called from other numbers there. Which, you know, when you're talking about the Fed case, I mean, this is just yet more proof that when they're supposed to turn over things, remember, they didn't turn over anything. But it's not so simple as just turning over. It's turning over things from multiple phones. Huh.
I had to change my number I've had for, 13 years.
Yeah, so see, she's got other numbers. She admits
and I couldn't answer it 50,000 times a day with hate calls and death threats and they're going to kidnap my kid, whatever.
Who kidnapped your kid?
No, threats that we
the
get.
911 officer like, what? Kidnapped your kid? Somebody what now? But the allegations here, you know, she's made allegations. Can she back any of that up, by the way? Can she back up that is connected to Jeremy Hales? He caused somebody to, because she made the allegation that not only that happened, but that all of this is all connected to Hales, that he caused somebody. Again, these 911 calls, I mean, any of this can be utilized. All of it is evidence.
Daily. It's no big deal.
Oh, and
yeah,
you wouldn't have this.
I've already gotten rid of the phone.
You know, the other thing that really adds up to this, that makes it, I think, interesting too, that Hales wouldn't have this had they gone forward with the case. You know, the longer they're parked, they think the parking and delaying is helping them. But the problem is, the more they park, the more things get found. It gives people more time to look up stuff. It gives more time for FOIA requests and other items to come in. And it gives people time also to think about FOIA and other things that they may, you know, want to do, or they may want to search. Like some of this you forget about, you don't think about doing certain things. And again, if they would have allowed the cases to go forward, discovery, all of that would have been closed out well before now. In fact, Bruce's 5-month delay off the beginning, that time right there, that allowed everything from Shara and more. Just look at all the stuff over the last year that has come up. Things that, old stuff, new stuff, and imagine the majority of that would not be available for a case. Like now, he has a 911 call where she definitively says to police that he is being investigated for crimes against kids. That's 100% that allegation. Undeniable. So she says that she never makes allegations like that, but she did to law enforcement. Now, he wouldn't have this if it weren't for her delays. Amazing, huh?
I had for 13 years a phone number because of Mr. Hale. So I didn't want them to get this one. I forgot and called on the wrong line. It's all right. It doesn't matter. They'll get it one way or the other. This is getting old.
What all kind of threats have you been getting?
Those don't matter. What matters is what this Nation guy is doing
See, none of that matters. When the police are like, oh, none of that matters. It's not important. If you felt you were legitimately being threatened, they would matter, right? Nope. What matters is the Veteran Nation stuff. Okay.
He's going to call you. He said he was going to do it. The last time he did it, he called CPS live. On his show, he called CPS and turned us in. That is a fake and fraudulent call, and he should have been arrested.
No, you have to prove intent. And he very much showcased concern with his intent. In fact, your lawyer was on the channel with him. Should your lawyer have been in trouble too? I mean, your lawyer stood there and did not stop. He did not tell them, hey, you cease these actions or blah, blah, blah. Just let it go forward. He was part of, again, it looks terrible when you think about that because he didn't stop it.
Now he's going to call you guys and tell you that we should have came with CPS yesterday. You need to come out and do a welfare check. That's what he's telling his people right now.
His people.
So he's telling everybody he's going to make a fake call. He's never been here. And he's going to demand that you come out into my house and do a welfare check on me.
You don't have to be at a place to have concern about a place, though. I mean, you can have legit concern in this day and age with everything that comes up. No, you do not necessarily have ever had to be to a place to have concerns about something that happens. We have so much connectivity. We hear so much.
My child, when CPS was just here yesterday and gave us a clean bill of health. My child doesn't need to keep going through this, is the point. We don't need to keep going through this because Hale says so, because
Okay,
this
so
guy says
what
so.
do you have to do with Jeremy Hills? Like, why is he doing this? What kind of interaction have you had with him?
He's been stalking us for almost 3 years. He's gotten me in 3 different court cases and took out a protection order after I got one on him. We've been battling this stalker for 3 years. He even tried to take my kid.
Take your kid?
He raised $65,000 for an aunt that's never met a child that I adopted 5 years ago. This has been going on forever, and we're tired of it. I'm starting to fight back.
You notice she left out her cases that she tried to bring against him. She leaves out cases that she brought against Levy County. You notice they left out most places too. They don't take kindly to you reporting their deputies, falsely. And yet, it tells you there's another problem with Levy County, I think. When she sued one of their deputies for the most ridiculous, inane BS with the trespass fine. And yet, it's also funny, when I hear the ecosystem, they talk about like the Dan Owens lawsuit. You notice they never talk about how if they're going to make allegations about Dan Owens, oh my God, the corruption. Oh, it's such a joke. Okay, well, why don't you ever talk about that Trespass 5 and how there's a deputy added in? And you said the place was corrupt and terrible. So it's not corrupt and terrible then? It's not a horrible place then? Okay. Strange. Mixed message.
No, I don't have any in it. I'm making the note. Get up on the bed. I'm on with the police station? No, there's nothing in it. I'm on at the police station. Yeah, I know what you really want me to get. I'm sorry, you're spoiled. Yep, I know. Where's the scale? Here, move, please, go.
Okay, I'll have a deputy give you a phone call. It might come from a blocked or restricted number, so just answer it, okay?
Okay, if, what's his name? Mac, what is his name? Yeah, if he's on, I would love it if he called. He knows the case very well. Stop.
Okay, I will have him give you a call. He's on another call right now, so it might be.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I gotta, why you disparage your kid? You're so spoiled, or so. Why with other people? What's a response like that for wanting something? Why is that the norm? Again, Lynette, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I hope you can hear this. Again, you should be cognizant of your behavior around your kid. I'm not telling anybody to call anything or anything either. I'm talking directly to you. You should notice your tone. You should notice the way you interact. You do not have to always have that baseline, I mean, sometimes a child will do something and it might annoy you. That can happen. That can be wrong, and they may need you to get onto them or discipline them. But every time we hear you, you have a specific tone, and it's not nice. Specific words that do not come across nice. And I hope that you can become aware of that and maybe stop some of that behavior.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Anyway, one more.
Levy County Sheriff's Office on recorded
This
line.
one
Joseph,
blows
I
my
can help you.
mind in some ways.
Hi, how are you today? I am reporting that someone stole my trespassing sign right out of my yard. I know who it is, but I can't prove it. It's Jeremy Hale. I know it is because it's right next to his property.
Yeah, he needed a trespass.
I don't want him starting with me because he starts with everybody in this neighborhood. And I need this to stop right now.
They had already had things beforehand. Again, we had seen quite a few incidents that had happened before. For them to act like there had never been anything before, you know, I don't want him to quote unquote start, you know, again, like they had never had any type of issue or incident. That kind of blows my mind.
Get this set up for you. What is your address?
I'm Tina Haley. I've talked to Beecham. I've talked to Anderson. They know exactly what's going on here. But now, I mean, they're not helping these people down the street. I need them to help us because I'm not going to do this with this man. He's not going to make money off of me. He is not going to record me. I need this to stop.
Okay, Ms. Haley.
And now he's trespassing and stealing.
How is your
destruction of property?
Yes, ma'am. How is your last name spelled?
Haley.
Okay. And what is a good callback number for you? Okay, bear with me one moment while I get this set up for you. Okay, Ms. Haley?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody witness the theft of your sign, or do you...
No, they're cowards.
Okay.
They're cowards. They only do it in the middle of the night. He knows the surveillance that I have right there. There's a bush that's in front of it, so I'm going to have to cut that bush down so I can get him on surveillance.
Remember when they talked about all this stuff, by the way? Remember they made the allegation that they had everything on video, that they had him stealing the signs on video. You remember that? So they don't have that anymore? Because, you know, now with the 911 calls you're hearing that they didn't actually have any of that. But they made the allegations online. You had the whole anti-Hales ecosystem just chirping about how they had proof, definitive proof he had done it. They had him on video, all of that stuff. It's crazy, huh? And now, oh, well, I would if it weren't for that blasted tree or that bush or whatever. I gotta, I swear, these people.
But it doesn't matter if we got him on surveillance because y'all don't do anything. Okay, these people down the streets got him on surveillance every day harassing them. I don't want it to start with us. So I'm trying to stop it before it starts.
You know what else is interesting? So there's an admission in what was just said there. They're saying that Lynette Preston has been communicating with them and saying that they have it on video that Hales every day is doing something. So are they telling me that they're all communicating about a Hales? They're all getting together and having their little gripe sessions? Because that's kind of wild too. I mean, when you think about it, you have a party that has a protective order against them getting together with other parties with the intent of what exactly? See, that doesn't, these admissions are wild when you think about it. I mean, they're absolutely wild.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we've already gone through it once with him, and he's trashed us all over the internet.
She said she didn't want to, so she made it at the beginning sound like they had never had a problem before. They'd never had any kind of issue back and forth. You know, we don't want that. We don't want to have this. Or we don't want to have that. And then, well, it changes up.
Which we don't care because we're good people. We don't have records. There's nothing you can find in our backgrounds because we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're good people. We pay our taxes. We just want y'all to do your jobs and make him stop.
Okay. All right, Ms. Haley.
I saw your post. Like Wanda said, "Hey Tina, you know, Tug's making money off of you." That's right. That's right. These people again. This makes Otter Creek looks like again. I when I say this, I'm trying to be very careful. But like I said, I do not want to trash the place. I've not been there. And I don't want to trash the other residents because I've talked to some of the residents, and some of the residents have been very nice people. But the optics that a lot of this has caused, I would never see when the Hales was coming into this place, he could have brought a lot of business, like we talked about. He could have brought a lot of opportunity, and the place is. But just go look up videos about Otter Creek. Videos about Otter Creek talk about a place that was. They talk about it as a ghost town. Nothing, it's a nothing anymore. There's nothing there. It's gone. It's over. This could have brought back opportunity, but instead you have this kind of madness.
I said I'm going to get this set up for a deputy. I just have a couple questions for you for the deputies, okay?
Well, they should know him by name. I mean, he harasses everybody around here.
Do you know when did the trespass sign go missing? When was it taken?
Last night.
Okay.
It was there yesterday. It had to be last night. I went grocery shopping today, and I didn't think to look to see if it was there. And so it had to have been last night. But you can see where they literally pulled it up out of the ground. My husband concreted it.
How did she think, by the way, that it got yanked out of the ground? See, this sounds weirder and weirder, doesn't it? Nobody noticed somebody coming over and yanking a sign out of the ground that was concreted into place. There was no one that, I mean, there's no hint of anything. They magically took a concreted sign out. That's nuts, isn't it?
And it was a memorial for, he died in my arms right here. So we were putting a memorial because they kept stealing the memorial. And so
they keep stealing the memorials. See, people were talking about how they may have been discussing the wreath, or actually, I would call it that. It's that little thing they had hanging on a branch. Like that, they make it sound like, first of all, that they had some giant memorial to someone. They put a piece of wood in the ground with, I mean, looks like something from the dollar store on it. It's wild. And then they had something tied to a branch, something that probably blew off in what was that thing called? Oh, a hurricane. That's right. A hurricane came through. But I mean, these are, again, there's no proof whatsoever of what happened to this stuff, but automatically. I mean, for all we know, they pulled it. For all we know, they did it themselves. I mean, we don't know until we see something definitive. It makes a great weapon, though. And again, it was some cost cut or nothing. We're talking about a stupid ass trespass sign and a piece of wood with a tiny little, like I said, like a dollar store thing attached to it. So weird, man.
I told him, I said, put it on my property so he won't touch it anymore. Well, he took the memorial, he took our trespass and stuff.
Put it on my property so he won't touch it anymore. So where was it before? You're saying that something was on his property? Is that what you're telling me? Again, the allegation there is just crazy, though. It's crazy.
We had 2 poles up there, and he took the poles and everything.
Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Did you report when that occurred? Whenever all the memorial items were taken from?
I am not sure. And right down the street from us. I don't know if they reported it, but every time we would put them out there, he would take it. And I said, that's like pissing on somebody's grave.
See, they're not like Megan. And when Megan talking about this, she said that they're probably just talking about one time, but that's not what she said. See, this is what I was trying to drive at the other day. Okay. She's actually alleging more times. See, listen to what she says here. Down the street, they put it out. But every time they put things out, so they're saying that they've repeatedly put things out and repeatedly they've disappeared. So this isn't just talking about a one shot. Listen to how this comes together.
I don't know if they reported it, but every time we would put them out there, he would take it. And I said,
every time they would put them out, he would take them. So they're talking about, again, something that has happened multiple times. multiple times. Like, that's wild there, you know?
That's like pissing on somebody's grave. I mean, how sick is that? I mean, it's just, he's sick. There's something mentally wrong with this guy.
Sick to weaponize.
And somebody's going to end up getting hurt because we're all getting really tired of it.
That's a threat, by the way. That is absolutely a threat. Somebody's going to get hurt. You're not talking about, oh, somebody's going to get hurt because, no, somebody's going to get hurt because we're really tired of it. That's a threat. And law enforcement should have picked up on that 100% and been like, that's not good. You don't need to be saying that.
I understand that. What was the
And they're
value
like,
of
"Yeah, I
the
get
sign,
it."
would you say, monetarily?
How
28
much
cents.
was your 8-foot pole? How much was the sign? We don't care about that. Okay, we just don't want him coming near us.
No, I understand.
My husband said less than $100, but
Okay.
that's not the point. The point is he come on my property without permission and stole my stuff. Okay, I know there's a law against that.
I understand that. Like I said, these are
Probably
just
have to
questions for my
prove it.
deputy. These are things we have to document in order to follow the process that we have to, okay?
Be the social.
All right, we're just really upset about this. I mean, I know it sounds stupid,
No, not
but
at all.
this is how it starts, because he threatened us 2 weeks ago saying that he was going to sue us, okay, for intruding on his property. So then we found all of our markers, okay, to where he can't sue us because I sold him the flipping property he's living on. Are you kidding? I mean, this guy is insane. He's just nuts.
These people, man.
I don't know if I need to get a lawyer like the rest of the 12 people that's got lawyers. I don't know.
They don't have lawyers.
And he also goes around telling everybody that y'all are not going to do anything because he gave y'all a very low.
She also said all the people that he's suing from there. She said all of those people from there have lawyers. She should get one. I swear. It is like people trying to talk themselves into lawsuits there, though. And again, it's such bizarre behavior.
Large donation. And y'all are not going to do anything.
This,
So please record that one.
That's meant.
Okay, yes, ma'am,
That's
this
probably-
is a recorded
record
line.
that one. He's like, yeah, that's recorded.
Well, I hope so, because the guy's nuts. And something needs to be done.
Imagine these being your neighbors.
I mean, he used to go around threatening everybody with his pistol. Well, since he got in trouble, he don't do that no more, but I still know he carries the pistol, you know.
See, that right there, you know, what's wild about that, that sounds like she's describing John Cook's behavior. You know? I mean, I don't know. It's like, what? Wait a minute. What are you saying now? You used to threaten people with what now? I don't ever remember that allegation ever. I don't remember anyone ever alleging that transpired. Ever. But suddenly he was doing that all the time. You know, I mean, we've seen instances where if somebody made a threat like that, it would have been the time to you know, mention your own. But we did see somebody make a threat about something going boom, but that wasn't Hale's. That was somebody making it toward Hale's. That's wild. There, in these calls, we've heard one person say that he's under investigation for something with children, which is false. We had another person alleging that he was targeting minors, which is false. And in this one, you have allegations about theft and threatening people with the pew pew. It's wild, man.
So I mean, he's crazy. All of us are scared of him, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And me and 5 other people from this town went to talk to Beecham and Anderson. They know all about it.
Right there.
Beecham and Anderson. I mean, you know, you should know about it. Russell, I mean, I can name you 12 people in Otter Creek that he's suing right now.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Well, we have the call set up for service. We're having a deputy head out there. It'll be Corporal McIntyre. He should be in contact with you relatively shortly, okay?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All righty. Thank you so much. And hopefully this stops, because I don't have the strength to deal with this man.
It's craziness, isn't it? That is craziness. All right, let's hit some super chats, folks. That stuff is nuts, man. These people. And those allegations, a lot that those are dangerous. That stuff is dangerous to point at somebody, you know. Let's do this. So, Fallen Hero. What's up, Fallen Hero? Thank you. First of all, appreciate you always. And I very much mean that too, my friend. You know, you people, you gotta remember, you folks, you are the channel. You are any channel that you populate. That's what I think some hosts forget. You know, I see this all over. You know, you have people that they don't appreciate that. And like I said, I really want you to understand. I very much do. Especially, like, you know, I appreciate all of you. Some of you I know are always there. You are the channel. So thank you. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here all the time and appreciate the membership. Max Lab. What's up, Max Lab? How you doing? Max Lab, our protector. We can make a song about you, buddy. So strong and true. He finds documents. Why can't you? Oh, my Lord. I love it. Thank you, Max Lab. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, that song cracks me up, man. Oh, AKA the Cat Lady. Thanks for the tip. Favorite song ever. Yeah, you were talking about the intro song, by the way. I love that intro song. I do. I love that one. I love that video. Jack's mom, thanks for the 15 months. What's up, by the way? Oh man, I need to hit you up about them. Thanks for 15 months though. Year plus, thank you. They must be having a Kool-Aid shortage with as much as they've had to drink to come up with this. I know. For real, right? For real. Your real ride dropped another line. Oh, Lee, our protector, so strong and true. With a booty so vast, it's like a county. Ooh, ooh. There you go. Pretty good. Love it. Rosilla, thanks for the tip there. Doug, there are people trying to eat here. You know what's funny is I loaded those lyrics to roll through. Yeah, check it out. Look, I had them programmed in. I was gonna have them roll. Look, I could have them up like while we're talking about super chats. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Leslie, our protector. Oh my God. We can actually have that as a background. That's amazing. Oh Lord. William, thanks for the 5. Do we need to worry about these cult brainwashes? Yep, be careful. Every damn time they get crazier. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Good stuff, man. Jack Miles, thanks for the year, my friend. Thank you. They're so delusional. The lyrics make me vomit. I mean, they're freaking crazy when you look at that. Aren't they? That is nuts. You are right. You see them go through. When I first heard that, I was like, are you kidding me? Andre, thanks for the 8 months there. Talking about delusions of grandeur. Indeed. Indeed. It's wild, isn't it? You know? Yeah, there you go. That's not coughing. That's percussion. It was, I'm telling you. I clipped, I haven't put it up yet, but I clipped the other song and it goes through and it's like, it's pretty funny too. Buck Naked, thanks for the 10 there. Purple Kool-Aid to the left, adult diapers to the right. If you feel excited from hearing about the flea, please clean yourself before you meet our Messiah. That's right. Make sure, you know, if you would like to hear about our Lord and Cricket, it's like, wait, what? William, thanks for the 5. The Cricket blinked twice. I think he needs saving. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I think he needs somebody to come in. He's like, you know, who could maybe Lisa Lee, a warrior. They can say it is scary. Poor cricket. Keith, thanks for the 2. Damn it, Doug. Warn us to wear adult diapers. I know, man. This stuff was wild. Yeah, no, Wendy. It was also a country tune. That's right. On top of everything else, it was a country tune. My total favorite. Exactly. Hazel, thanks for the 5 there. The manufacturer of those crossed arm back fastening jackets just took in a large order of all sizes. That's very true too. Can you imagine? I mean, really, can you imagine like sitting around and thinking that it's normal to write that stuff? Just Jay here. He's like, I wrote a similar song about Tug. Now I'm embarrassed. I know that's a lie because you never get embarrassed. Mr. Coop, thanks for the 2. All hell Queen Lisa. I'd run with it, Lisa. That's, yep. She should add that to her intro. You know, Lisa Lee, our protector, she likes to cough. That'd be beautiful. Caroline, thank you for the 2 there. Hit that like button, folks. Indeed. Smash that like button. Smash it, smack it around. William, thanks for the 5. For once, Bruce was right. We are laughing at him. The jokes keep writing themselves. But my recent one is not PG-13. Indeed. Dwayne, thanks for the 5. Megan Fox, use that song for a river dance. That would be funny. You could river dance to it. Oh, God, that would be really funny. Georgie, thanks for the 5. Yeah, I noticed like she throwing fits about. So she says, Lisa hates it that I call Megan Mama Fox. Let's make it a trend. It is really strange how obsessed she gets with certain statements like that. She's like, you can tell, like it makes her crazy. She's very obsessed with Georgie and Coop, though. Very much. It's strange to look at. Because it's at a next level, you know. It is at that other freaking level. Andre, thanks for the 2. Police and company can't handle ridicule. Oh, no, they cannot. You know, and it's funny. It's actually pretty funny. What else are you supposed to have but them but you know, ridicule, and for a lot of the actions I see, disdain, you know. It amazes me, though. They talk about litigation against people as well. And it's like, which one? Sing the Lisa Lee song to the Wonder Woman too. Oh, no. What? Lisa Lee, I can't do it to them. Like, Wonder Woman. Oh, my gosh. Poor Wonder Woman. That's not even fair. That's funny, though. Now I hear that in my head. What's up, Dawn? Thanks for the 2 there. And it's your birthday, man. You know what we do for birthdays around here?
Happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Could have been better. We could have been a different song. I could have been like, Lisa Lee, our protector, wishes you a birthday song. You hope it's over, but it comes back strong. 6 hours, baby. I gotta stop. Gotta love me. Thanks for the super chat there. To your Facebook page, there's a song for you. Oh man, I gotta check that out. I gotta see what's there. I'll check it out after, because I always, you know, sometimes I would play songs like just whenever, but I've had a couple of incidents where I was like, oops, I shouldn't have played that. Better take it down. I'll check it out for sure. Thank you. Sheila, thanks for the 10 there. For the new song, indeed. Thank you. Give the kiddos a big bug hug and candy. Oh, they'll appreciate that for sure. You know, I had been, I'd been going through, so there were a couple of, people sent like awesome bead stuff. The kiddos have been mowing through beads, by the way. I mean, she absolutely mows through beads. But somebody sent over a thing of charms with like a hard, hard container that comes with it, and she's messing with that. I thought it's so much good stuff there. And she appreciates that, and the little one, of course, is like candy. Sue, thanks for the 18 months. I need to bleach my ears. WTF? You should hear the real song. Like that'll make you be like, oh my god. What's really weird? Think about how cringy it is to pull that song up and play it for somebody because you want approval from them. Like that's it. It's sad in its own way. I joke about it and stuff, but it's sad too. Because these people are so desperate for approval from this person. Like get a better role model, man. Come on. Are you kidding me? Holy Lord. Buck neck good, thanks for the 2. It's got Kim Jong-un vibes. I know. Oh Lord. We should set it to like a propaganda. Oh my gosh. You know what? I could get AI to help me like make it into a propaganda song. Oh my Lord. Let's see. Let me ask ChatGPT to make it. ChatGPT. Can you make me a funny spoof song that sounds like propaganda and something for a religious cult about our Lord and Protector, Lisa? Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. Oh, listen to this. We made our own song there. We rise at dawn and brush our teeth the way our Lisa taught. She tells us when to blink or breathe. Her wisdom can't be bought. We polish every cul-de-sac and hum our sacred tune. She's watching from her called to throne by the solar-powered moon. All hail Lisa Lee. She's the Wi-Fi of eternity. Her signal strong, her grace is free. One bar, no, full divinity. Oh my God, I'm making this into a real song. Oh, the lyrics are amazing. When Lisa speaks, we all agree. She's the Lord of HOA decree, Homeowners Association decree. So pledge your dues and bend the knee to our radiant Lisa Lee. There's more, but that man, I got to make a real song out of this. That is funny. Oh my goodness, that is actually pretty good. Glad you mentioned that. Hey, what's up, kiddo?
I see all of your watches here.
Yeah, I got out some watches. I was looking at them. I was seeing.
This one's the heaviest of them all. Sometimes,
Yeah, actually.
That's cute too.
There's a heavy one. I think I'll put it up there. Let me see. Is it cute? You like it?
Yeah, but
you like that one?
All your watches.
Yeah, they're actually. Let's see.
Some are tiny for me. Some are big for me.
Yeah, they're big for you because you got a small arm because you're a little kid.
Yeah, if I was a big kid, what would I be wearing?
Well, you'd wear a bigger watch, but those are some big watches. Period. Feel this one. This one's heavy. Pick it up.
What?
That's heavy for a watch. When you wear it on your wrist, it's very heavy. Here, let's see, Phil.
Oh.
You want me to tie it onto you so you feel it?
Yeah, don't turn it too tight.
It's too big to make it small like that. Here, feel that.
Oh, it's heavy.
Isn't that heavy? Yeah,
that's what that off on me.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah.
It just fell off my hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, here, give me a hug and kiss. You got to go upstairs though, so I can finish up. Okay. Mwah.
And
Love
I'm
you.
hungry, and Mom's getting my food, but
We'll
I
go.
haven't seen it tell where I was.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Well,
getting a little frosty, so.
frosted too. All right, well, gotta go upstairs so I can finish my stuff up, and we can do something afterwards. Okay. Close the door too, baby. Love you. Pull out. I had somebody gave me a watch a long time ago, like a God, I can't remember what year that came out when Disney first took over Star Wars. Somebody gave me a Boba Fett watch, and this thing is as heavy as a brick, man. It's so heavy. It's cool, although Disney, I have to say, is kind of not made me love the franchise as much. When I was a kid, though, man, I loved all of that. It's crazy. I would never think I would say, don't like it as much, but Allie, oh, I bet that's a banger. Thanks. Check the email flat. I'll check that out. I bet it is a banger. Rita Bryan, thanks for the two. That Vince Gap, here's Johnny Cook. That's right. I could see that for sure. Yeah, you wouldn't even have to take the axe to it. There's already a gap, right? Oh man, hey Vanessa, she ran off this skinny pop. Actually, you know what's funny is I'd set some skinny pop aside and I forgot about it, and I I found it. But it's it's popcorn in little bags, but I found some. She doesn't even know we have it yet. She'll be excited about that. Hey, what's up, right a chick? I hope you're doing good. I hope everything is going great with you. Lurker here. Early night for me. Love it all. Well, appreciate you being here. I hope you're doing great and continue to do great. Right, a chick also dropped gifted membership for someone else there too. Thank you for that. That is awesome. Now, Wendy, I did read this before, but I did think that was funny. Yeah, the little hell's hatch. Just jump in. Vanessa, so we have several chatters begging you to remove that big element OP from the screen. Yeah, that's actually the screen. So that's on his side. So unfortunately, when we share the screen, that's what he had as an image. I wouldn't leave it up there otherwise, you know. But unfortunately, and like I said, when we share it, we could, I guess, put something up there, but sometimes it gets weird about that. I could have probably changed my avatar to something and stuck it on the screen, you know. But Jake Miles does that too. Yeah, that's like I said, that's the video thing, you know, where it place it. So that's funny. Again, Travis, my friend, I hope you are doing good. You continue to do good. And you take care of yourself, man. For real. I mean that. Obviously, thanks for the vibe. This drama is so boring most of the time, but it vexed me greatly. Well, I find it, I don't know, man. I find it addictive. I don't see how anybody can be bored. I find it, like I said, I remind myself that there are people that are impacted by this, and that disturbs me. But covering it is very entertaining to me. There is so much in and out, and God, some of the weirdness, just the bizarre, like fake obituaries. Like what's up with that? That's weird, right? Propaganda songs. Did you think it would take that turn? So strange, isn't it? I appreciate you there. Angela, thanks for saying, yeah, but yeah, some of that really does get, it's like, what now? I hear you too. Angela, thanks for the 10 there. I think LMNOP knows a lot of that money was given to Deuce, paint chips, and others in the anti-health ecosystem. Yeah, I wonder. I do wonder, you know. I wonder if she knows about where Moolah goes to live. Indeed. Donna, thanks for the vibe. Oh, you asked about the do you think that what they have on her essentially. I don't know. I mean, I have some theories on it, but you know, your guess ultimately is as good as mine. But I do feel like there has to be something, because there is no way that she would allow these people to take her money like that if something wasn't going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be something there, because otherwise she's not the kind of person to be quiet about anything, right? So why would she be quiet about this? Why would, I mean, this is the biggest haul that she has ever seen. Any of them have ever seen. Like that amount of money is wild. Like it is levels above. And yet, so I don't know. Travis, thanks for the fun. There ain't much, but there's something. Well, thank you, man. Never think that too. It's always appreciated. And the kids to do something fun together. Brother, I will take it easy. Yes, and I do some stupid shit I'm known for doing. Well, you know what? I mean, seriously, you talk about some of the stuff that you used to get into and do. And then the way you've been living that, man, like I said, I feel proud for you. First of all, I feel proud for you that you lived through some stuff, you know, because some of that's wow. And then what you've been doing, like it's leaps and bounds. So love to you, brother. You continue it, and you take care of yourself. You be entertaining us for a long time to come, you know. You need to write that memoir. Yeah, for real. You probably have some stories that blow people's minds, man. Natalie, thanks for the 20. At my age, nothing shocks me anymore. But the young game element OP never ceases to be. Indeed, I think tomorrow, what we'll probably do, so you know the Jamie video that came out. She responded to all that. She, in fact, made a giant response, and we never got around to it yet. We have never even gotten around to all of the stuff that she put up, like in the last few weeks. We didn't get to all of that stuff. And I think all of that, again, you know, I try to be thorough. I don't like them stating that we do not give them a voice, because we very much have. We've given them all a voice. They just don't like what we show. It's so strange when you show somebody's exact words, when you read them to people and they don't like that. It's bizarre. I've never understood that. I mean, you felt good about it and you feel like that's your voice and you leave it there. You know, you're fine with your statements, but you don't like people reading it. But I think thoroughness is important. You know, so we'll probably catch that tomorrow. Shield Mate. I said Shield Hero. I don't know why. I watched Shield Hero, the anime, not on my own, not with the kids. I watched it. God, I don't remember. Like it wasn't too long ago though. Maybe a couple months ago. Maybe I got that on the brain. Thank you. 34 months. That's amazing. Thank you. Love and blessings to Tug, Love, Bug, Mods in the chat fam. Indeed. I agree too. Love to everybody out there. Appreciate you all. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. I think Volmit is seriously forgettable. Yes. He's like the color brown. Would you miss him? if everyone he didn't pop up. Yeah, I forget he's there too. You know, to be honest, paint chips. I forget about them, period. Like they're not entertaining very much. They're not even, they remind me of a what's grosser than gross joke. You know, when you first hear it, you're like, oh, you know, as a kid, like, oh, but after a while, you're just like, meh, it's a one-hit wonder, you know, or a no-hit blunder. I mean, honestly, how many times can somebody put up like the video about, you haven't served me, or blame Jeremy for some weird thing? I mean, their last attempt was trying to blame. We were joking about this yesterday, but think about this. Paint chips tried to, and the ecosystem picked this up and ran with it. They tried to blame Jeremy because Paint Chip's father allegedly broke a rib playing pickleball. And they said that was Jeremy's fault because Jeremy had stressed him out with a lawsuit aimed at Paint Chips. See, what? What does that mean? But I mean, for real, that's what they were running with. I'm not even kidding. So they're like a one-hit blunder in that. I like that second Jeep too. One Lee and a Colt. Bring on the Lee Town memes. Indeed, I love it. Andre, what's up? Thanks for the tip. The birds of the feather. Yep, they flock together. Yep. Yet they fight, indeed. Well, the reason they fight too is because there's no actual commonality in these groups. Like when you look at it, it's not a like they love the things like they talk about, like we're warriors and we're this and that. But honestly, what were they really? They were united by hating somebody. I mean, that's a strange motivation. And again, it's very weird too. It's so bizarre how they used to love Mr. Hales. They loved him when he was helping them out. Well, they loved him a few years ago when he was building their channels. That's a lesson. Again, this is them. Very special thanks to What the Hales. There they are, right there. Look at that. Look at all the people that are thanked in that. Because they got 1,000 subscribers at the time, man. Then they figured out, hey, put the knife in just right, maybe make some money. Craziness. Shield Hero. Or Shield. See, I said it again. I did it again. Sorry, Shield Man. I did it yet again. I cannot believe I did that twice. Told you I got that on the brain or something. Shield Maiden. Also, thank you for the gifted membership. I cannot believe I did that twice in a row. Maybe my subconscious is telling me to go watch it or something. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Remember, there's a hunting club right there. That's true too. That's actually true as well. I can imagine though. I live out in the South. It's not as rural right here. I mean, we have a residential kind of area. Again, I have neighbors. They're not right up on top of me because I got a little bit of land, but they're close enough. And yet I can walk outside and there is property behind me. It's burned up and I could shoot at whatever. Now I wouldn't, because I would not assume that nobody has walked back there or anything, but it would be my right to do, and for her to assume that people who have every right to do something, to call in and then say that they're all out there, it all worked out okay. It was an okay call until she started talking about how people were drunk and doing it. She doesn't know who did it. She doesn't know where it came from, but she makes a call saying that drunks do this and blah, blah, blah. It's so nasty. That's defamatory as hell. SF, thanks for the 10. Funny thing about being on the wrong line, giving a new number. She didn't have to give a new number just because she was on that phone. That's true too. It's true. You know what she thought though? She thought that they caller ID'd and that was going to be the number they picked up. So she's going to have to do it. But you're right. That didn't have to be the contact number at all. You could have been on someone else's phone. But you are right. She could have given the number the cops already had. That's right. You're right. The caller ID, just because it picked up another number, it doesn't have to be what you tell them to contact back at. John, thanks. Is there broccoli between her tubes? Oh, no. Well, you got to eat healthy. Got to take care of yourself, right? Carl, thanks for the 3 months. Thank you. 100% great job. Thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. I hope it has been entertaining. My thing is to entertain you as much as I am entertained. Like I said, that song thing, that just blew my mind. That very much entertained me. There's another song. We might pull that one out too. I might tell you about that one tomorrow. It has a line about like I said, unicorn. Let's just say if it was a boy and it did something naughty and yeah, it's like with the unicorn. I was like, gross. Is that I saw that in the transcript and I thought that's a really weird transcript error. It's like jazz only with an I, let's say. That's the word they used, So seeing that and thinking it was an error in the draft, I thought, why would it make that error? No, that was one of their lyrics. Very gross and very disgusting. So we may have to mark that off and show you how the awful lyrics to that one. That makes some terrible songs. It amazes me, though. Again, these people have tried to pick up on everything we've done. Everything. They've tried to take it and pretend they somehow came up with it. I remember when when all the AI music was coming up, I pulled up. I remember the first day, like hitting Megan up and being like, "Hey, you can do blah 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 and blah blah blah," and talking to her about it. And these weirdos, they're like, "Oh, we got to take that too." It's so funny, and they're terrible at it. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5 there. The spoiled remark just kills me. Child isn't spoiled; she has nothing. Well, then that's the wild thing, considering the way everything they're living and where they're living and her getting things from strangers and more. Is that really spoiled? When they told these people they had to buy a Christmas for folks, they needed to buy the child a home to live in and stuff. It does sound like the opposite of spoiled, doesn't it? Wanda, thanks for the vibe. Hey, Tina, Tug made money off of you. That's right. That's right, indeed. That's right. Terry, thanks for the 2 there. Tug, here's some money for you to make off Tina. That's funny, too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wanda, thanks for the vibe there. Tina, you're pouring out saying all this. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Jeez, I didn't block that in. There we go. I was like, Wanda, wait a minute. There we go, Wanda. Thank you for the super chat there, too. It just didn't lock it in and show it on the screen there for a minute. Sorry about that. Travis, thanks for the 2. These people make me look insane. Holy I know. Have you ever written a propaganda song about another person? Have you ever done that? I never have. Puzzle Puzzler. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I hear it's not your birthday. It's not your birthday. It's your unbirthday. It's good times. Wheat Toast. Thanks for the gifted membership, too. Thank you, Wheat Toast. I love seeing you in that avatar, man. Appreciate you. Chris, thanks for the 2 there. It's my wife, Jen's birthday. Please sing for her. Of course. We must bust it out.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Jen. From all of us
to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here's to
a million. That's right. And happy birthday to you, for sure, Jen. I hope you are having an incredible birthday. And I hope you have many, 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 many more. For real, I love being able to hit birthday songs on there. I do. Also, Vanessa, thank you there. Appreciate that. I noted that. Again, I'll tell the little one. I'll give her the message. And it's very appreciated. Jen, thanks for the 2. Someone in chat said Jeremy just sold 70 acres. Is that true? I haven't asked about any of that. Has he sold off some landage? Does somebody in the chat, do they know that for sure? I'll wait to see. Let's see. I'm curious. I'm waiting to see what comes up on the chat there. And also, let's see. Travis, thanks for the 2 there. The statute of limitations. When that's over, yeah. There you go. That's when you tell it. You you write your book afterwards. Indeed. Indeed, when you can't get in trouble for things. You know what you do? You fictionalize some of it too. You say, it's based on. And yeah. You remember, it's funny. And in Goodfellas, let's see. 1 minute. So in Goodfellas, there's a police officer that's actually, what's his name? Caracappa. I can't remember if it's Eppolito or Caracappa. So there were these two police officers. They were detectives. They were mobbed up. They were actually the basis for a recent movie that was not very good, by the way, but amazing book. There's been a couple of books written about them, pretty good. But there's a new one that it tells the entire story. It doesn't stop at a certain point where they were facing investigation. But anyway, those guys. The point in this is those guys decided they would talk and write a book and more. And they didn't let, some of the stuff they did doesn't have a statute of limitations. So one of the victims of them's mother saw them in an interview and ended up contacting the feds about it, and they ended up getting in trouble for it. So it's funny when you mention that. I was actually reading something recently and it made me think about that statute of limitations statement. For sure, people have to be smart enough, have to be smart enough for it. What a bunch of crazies there, Give me a second here too. Let me see something here. That's all right. But anyway, I think, what is that? Double karma. I would forward this on to you. That's weird. Did it not credit you for one, or did it just randomly mail you this thing? That's very strange there. I don't know. That's strange. You have to tell me did they just randomly send you that? The following super chat was moderated. Oh, it probably got an accidental moderation on it or something. Yeah, apologies for that, by the way. I see what happened with that. Yeah, sometimes, here's the thing, people will click on something or hit, I remember when I banned 3 or 4 people one time. Something. So, but yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. I appreciate it. I'll look into that. Let me see. I think I've gotten everything. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over to Flashcast. Again, if you go over there, do not be easily offended by things because they talk about everything. But at the same time, you can talk about everything too, and Flashcast and the guys over there, Raging Rhino, Tom, those guys. I don't know everybody there, but I know some of the guys there, and some of them are very good people, and I appreciate them. So you can go have fun, talk about whatever, enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna redirect. I redirect every Saturday. I appreciate them, but I'm gonna end here. And most of all, well, actually, I got another subject. Let me see here too. What's up, Green Veggie? It's good to see you there. I've been lurking, trying to save my disability. Hey, just lurk, man. You ain't got to do that, Just lurk. But I appreciate you, Green Veggie Beast. I know you're always around too. I can sense you. I'm like, radar says there is a Veggie Beast. Appreciate you though, for real. And like I said, we will be back on tomorrow. We will goof off. We'll have a little bit of fun. And we will talk about that crazy that was posted about Jamie. But I'm gonna redirect you over to Flashcast. Appreciate you. We'll see you.